uh, choosing love, choose love. We hear it all the time. But how do you choose love in a world that's full of anger and resentment, fear and control, violence, conflict? Trying to operate from love when you feel wounded or upset is practically impossible. And it sets up an inner conflict because your inner critic knows how you should be interacting. And that takes you further away from where you know you're supposed to be. And often, a lot of what you feel is not exactly you. It's interference from the collective field. The dominant energies in the collective field can overwhelm your inner balance and your sense of wholeness, especially if you're sensitive and you're empathic. It's a phenomenon that really seems to strike a lot of us back and down in our tracks almost. And this is because at a fundamental level, everything is energy. Your own energy field exists within and around your biology. And your biology sits in your energy field interactively, symbiotically. And the dominant energies of the collective field will also infiltrate into your personal field. So they get inside you as well. The cultural program you've actually learned to comply with, in whatever culture you're in, guarantees this, because it's a bit like an ocean we swim in. You know, just consider how you can be affected by someone close who might be joyful or miserable, in a bad mood. You can actually feel them. You can take it on. Now, with the collective, it's actually more pervasive and it's less noticeable because it's in the air that we breathe. It's an ocean we swim in without realizing it. And most of us take a while to recognize this phenomenon, and even longer to manage our energy field in response to it. But love is not only a vibration that supports your biological immune system, and there's plenty of studies and evidence for that. It's also your psychoenergetic immune system. It's your immune system to all the chaos and the noise in the collective. And the way to engage it consciously is to start affirming it internally. And I teach this to a lot of people in various ways. And it's really whenever some person challenges your sense of rightness, justice, fairness, or truth, and as long as it's not a physical attack, it's kind of verbal or psychological, what you need to do is recognize that it's their stuff they're projecting onto you, even if you are engaged in an interaction with them. And very simply, the thing to do is to go inside. And it takes a bit of presence of mind and a bit of practice to do this, but you go inside and you just say to yourself, with the other person in mind, I bless you with love, in whatever is the most appropriate way for you. And your intent is the key with this, even if you don't feel it, because with enough practice, you will start to feel it. You start to actually reprogram or take control of your inner programming, your inner voice. And it's really important to note that it is not your job to put anyone right. Doesn't matter what they're saying, how much rubbish they're projecting at you, or what they're blaming you for. It's not your job to put them right. It's your job to stay centered and grounded in your own energy and holding a vibration of love. Because if you do that, whatever's being projected at you cannot stick. Okay. And another way of holding the vibration of love is to keep your attention focused on what brings you joy, whatever that is. And so I'm going to get into the protocol in just a few seconds now. But first of all, I want you to consider yourself. Just slow your breathing a little bit. See if you can breathe into your belly. Breathe deeply without forcing it. And just allow yourself to sink into your own presence. And now I'm going to invite you to think of something, some activity that brings you joy. Not sex, that's too easy. Something else, something that's neutral in emotional charge in that way. So, some place that you love to be, someone you love. Imagine being with them. Imagine being in that place or engaging in a particular activity that brings you into yourself and brings you joy. And see if you can feel it. And now I'm going to go into the protocol. And I will speak these words slowly and invite you to say them after me. Divine intelligence, partner with me now and supports me to embrace the fullest possible flow of the divine brilliance I am at all times. I choose to be present, holding the love that I am. At the center, I am. Even though my ability to feel this may be diminished by my resistance or by my personal triggers and reactions. divine intelligence, infuse divine love and divine light into all the conditioning, all the programming, all the imprints, and all the implants operating in me that obstruct my awareness of the love that I am, and which limit my ability to connect with the energy of my love, which limit my ability to feel the energy of my love, or which limit my ability to express the energy of my love, especially where my system has been overwhelmed by the fear-based priorities and projections present in the collective field, so that all the effects of this conditioning, this programming, these imprints and implants, their associated triggers and trip wires are completely neutralized. Whatever I may be reacting to in the moment, in my personal, everyday reality. Divine intelligence, where it is appropriate for me, break down and dissolve all the energy structures, mindsets, and thought forms that sustain this conditioning, this programming, and these imprints and implants in my system. Melt away all the fear, all the tension, all the trauma that has ever been generated in me through the phenomena of this conditioning. This programming, these imprints, these implants, and their unconscious operation through me. Divine intelligence, transmute all of these energies into divine love, divine truth, wisdom, compassion, freedom, and authentic self-expression. And reconfigure my energy system now so as to reject all judgments, all criticisms, and all projections founded in fear. Reconfigure my energy system to reject all priorities and all projections that exclude love. Reconfigure my system to reject all energies that obstruct, oppose, or interrupt the expression of my love. And reconfigure my system to transmute these energies and projections automatically into love, and compassion and reflect them back to their source. Divine intelligence. Also, reconfigure my energy system to choose love and to operate at the optimum frequencies for me to support the flow of love in every aspect of my life expression. In this incarnation, in this time-space reality. And now you need to say, I, and your full name. Withdraw any permission I have given, implicitly or explicitly, for any being, parasite, intelligence, or egregore entity to attach to me or to inhabit my system in any way that obstructs the flow of the love that I am through me and my life expression. Or that cause me to think, feel, believe, or behave in ways that exclude love. The possibility of your presence has been overlooked until now. In the same way that the possibility of your existence is conventionally denied as superstition and nonsense in modern civilization. But I choose to consider these possibilities now as part of my process of self-empowerment. And I thank you for creating this opportunity for me. So I bless you all with love. And I command you to leave now, to follow the most appropriate path for you. And I call upon the multi-dimensional divine intelligence I am, and the light of original source to facilitate this process with grace, with ease, and with gentleness. Now, thank you. And so it is. Okay, so I want to thank you for joining me in this live session and for watching and listening and just having the courage to dip your toe into this kind of partnership with spiritual intelligence that I like to share with people. And if you're interested in knowing more about my work or doing some more work with me, the best way to do that is to check out my activities on the Bridgman site, the www.bridgman.nl, because most of my work is done through them. And it's also repeated in my own website, which is www.altazarrossiter.com. And just to let you know that there is an ongoing online program that you can sign up for. And that's a program of fortnightly sessions in a closed group with me. And that alternates with fortnightly sessions with Robert. And you can sign up for one or both of us. And it's an ongoing closed group with more depth and personal attention. And it gives you a continuous process to access your own wisdom and do your own clearing and get more in touch with the true essence of who you are. So once again, thanks for watching and listening. Go well.